Libra, song that's playing for you is Light It Up. Alright, so look, with that being said, at first I thought a bomb, alright? So something might be blowing up because of some truth. You lighting some shit up, you setting some shit ablaze there, Libra, in order to bring it in, and you realize you got the strength to go through this fire or whatever. You pulled the truth out of the situation, and that put you in the space to move on from this space with these people, with these friends, with these associates. You no longer expressing or investing your mind in this space. This fell out, but I'm shuffling, so we ain't gonna take it. We put it back. You no longer investing your mind here. You're going in a different direction, but you're gonna burn down. It's like you're gonna make sure this bridge burns, almost. Hey, put your foot in the shoe that fit you there, Libra. All right there, Libra. I almost said Gemini. You may be dealing with a Gemini. You don't gotta be. Let's figure this out though, Libra. What you got? Oh, you stop. It's either you stopped investing in something because something put you in an unstable space. Something only brought you lower mentalities, lower ideas, or a bad state of mind or a bad state of consciousness, and that put you in the space. You fell in love with another. You fell in love with a new idea. You fell in love with a new relationship, some new friends. And look, you got over this emotional investment because you fell in love with another, and that made you realize where you were at was a bad investment. So I shouldn't be going this way. I shouldn't be invested this way. Whether you are, or it's like you're halfway in. You got one foot in and you still got a foot out. So it's like whether you still got a foot out, you can stop investing, you stop, or it's like you already may be a little too deep in. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. But it's like now you're gonna light some shit up because you became aware of some shit. You don't like this idea, so you gonna set it ablaze. So whether you stop going in a direction or you're going in, or you're already going in a direction, and it's not the greatest of directions. You might not be happy about the direction or the turns out to something. See, look, you may be expressing that. All right. So look, you may have opened up to the wrong individuals, or you opened up to the wrong mentalities, the wrong passions, the wrong ideas. There were some lower thoughts. It was something you should have been defensive towards. It was a person you should have been defensive towards. But this person brought you some feelings. They expressed themselves to you a certain type of way that made you want to stop going a certain type of way or stop investing in something and open up and express regarding your passions. So whether someone expressed themselves to you and they opened themselves up and they got you to do something that you shouldn't have done, or someone expressed themselves to you, they made you open up regarding your passions and stop doing something that you didn't want to do. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. Someone outside of you brought you justice. Light it up. Someone might have lit your fire, and someone made you, it's like someone made you blossom almost. Someone made you open up. Someone made you express your passion after a moment of being defensive because you were investing in a certain type of thing. Something you were investing in had you in a state of defense. But now that you let that go because it wasn't a good investment, again, now you are open. Now you're being open with your expression. Whether you're being open and honest with yourself, or you're just being open in expressing the fact that you don't like the direction you're going in. You could have walked away, you may have not walked away, or once upon a time you walked away from something you were emotionally invested in to do this, or to go this way, or to express this. And now you realize the direction you stopped, it's like what you walked away from, you shouldn't have walked away. I shouldn't have went this way. This was a bad idea. Now you're expressing that because you're in a situation that's not a good long-term investment. If it's you versus someone outside of you, you're looking at this person as not a good long-term partner, not a good long-term business partner, relationship partner, friend, family member. Put a title on the space that go on it. You're looking at this idea is not a good idea. You're looking at these mentalities or this mental state as not a good mental state, and now you're expressing that because you no longer want to embark in this mental path or this friendship. Or this is after the fact that you are invested in something that you that is of a lower energy. Now you're expressing how you feel about it. Now you're being open about it because you see that it's not good for you long term. You don't want to invest in this situation long term. Once upon a time, you were in love with this idea. Once upon a time, you thought you had the strength to invest in this relationship until you got in the relationship. And as time progressed, your perspective and how you viewed the relationship changed. And now you're being open and expressing that. Woo! 679. Look, Empress fell out sideways. I'm gonna show it. I ain't gonna pull it. It fell clear sideways. So it's like you may be. It's you're playing with your stability is on the line in some way, shape, or form. Your growth is on the line. It's like your future is somehow involved in this situation because of something you invested in. It's like your future was also put on the table in some way, shape, or form. Put your foot in, if that's for you, you know that. I mean, the 10 of coins is out here. And then the Empress fell out sideways. So it's like you may not know your future because of something you invested in. That wasn't a good investment. If it's you versus someone outside of you, it's like a friend or a family member or a job or something you invested in was not a good investment. It's like, but it brought you out of conflict in some way, shape, or form. Or it's just like you investing in something with someone, or you investing in something, you going this way with someone brought someone outside of you out of conflict. So you being here is helping someone in some way, shape, or form regarding something they invested in that wasn't a good long-term investment. And now that your future is on the line in some way, shape, or form, or now that you're uncertain about what's your long-term future like, now you no longer want to invest in this direction because it's of a lower energy, and you're expressing that. Once upon a time, you loved this friend. Once upon a time, you loved this family member. Once upon a time, you loved this idea, this job, this passion, whatever, until it brought you something of a lower energy, until it put you in the space of not knowing where you were going to go. Two of coins, balance. It's like you stopping doing something, you no longer participating in something. If it's you like addressing and expressing how you feel about something you invested in that wasn't long term, in order to pull yourself out of conflict, that will bring you balance. Because that's a clear shoe size right there. And another shoe size is you are invested in something, and you're going to express yourself and how you feel about it while you're in that space, because you see that there's no future with this. In order for me to pull myself out of conflict and bring my balance back, I gotta express myself now. I gotta open up and be honest about how I feel about this investment, this friendship, this partnership, this relationship, whatever it is. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. Song that's playing for you is 15th and the 1st. Hey, yo, look. What you got going with, it's the first. It's not the first. It's like the second or the third, right? Yeah, it's the third. See? So look. 15th and the 1st. That's payday for some. Hey, you could even say that's payday for government officials. So it might be some government type shit involved here. I ain't gonna say that. Someone was lying, though. Alright? If you know that's what you're dealing with, then that's what you're dealing with. Something was not a good long-term investment. And in order for you to pull yourself out of conflict, if you're involved in this conflict, there's, I was going to say Scorpio. You may be dealing with a Scorpio. You don't got to be. But in order for you to pull yourself out this conflict, Libra, you got to open up and express yourself. Stop being defensive, because when you were being defensive, you were going this way. Now that you no longer want to go this way, that requires you to open up, or whether you did that already or you need to do that now, because someone wasn't being honest with you. Someone outside you was not a good long-term investment. When you were defensive or when you were closed off, and it's like when you were doing something, when you were just willingly going in this direction, you had someone in a state, it's like someone was using that for stability because they were keeping some sort of conflict going. But now that you're no longer investing in something, now you're expressing yourself, you're addressing something that is not a good long-term investment in order to pull yourself out of conflict and put yourself back in balance. Someone outside of you is like going through it in some way, shape, or form, because it's like you're no longer dealing with this, whatever this is. Yeah, look, you let something go. In order for you to bring balance back, you got to let go of this mentality, let go of this relationship, let go of this job that you thought was stable, but it wasn't stable. It's not a good long-term investment. It's not a good long-term family member. It's not a good mentality or way to invest or express yourself. You stopped doing it because you realized it wasn't a good way to go. And that's because you became aware of some secrets, some hidden information. So you let it go. Or you need to let it go. You let go of the idea of it. Look, you're now expressing your wisdom. Once upon a time, you were in hermit mode, so you were closed off. You were defensive. It's like you were still gathering information until you gathered enough information in order to call the judgment on to let it go or separate, because something was emotionally unstable. Something or someone was not a good long-term investment. Ooh. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you.